Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for the most recently released issue of the Walking Dead comic book series. This one is for issue 158. This is the Whisper War Part 2. And major spoiler warning for this one, because this is a huge issue of The Walking Dead. I mean, these are the issues that I personally just absolutely love to read, from the Walking Dead series. And issues like this are what make The Walking Dead my favorite comic book series of all time, as well as in turn TV series of all time. So 158. We start with an amazing cover. You've got Negan, and he's kind of pointing, and a little bit of trickery there. It was released a while ago, and there was a huge discussion in the channel over which side Negan was on, really not being sure. And at this point, it's pretty damn clear that that Negan is on Rick's side. And I'm happy to see that, because Negan is quickly becoming pretty much my favorite character in the series, if not my favorite, maybe second or third to Rick and Carl. We have Michonne at the bottom with the sword, and then we've got the blood splatter in the background, Whisper War Part 2. So following that, we have pretty much 24 pages of absolute awesomeness. We kick off where we left off with Gabriel in the water tower. And as I kind of thought, Gabriel... Okay, so huge spoiler warning now. Gabriel gets smoked. I mean, he gets absolutely smoked. Like I was thinking, he did wig out a bit. He did let the fear take over. Him never dealing with something like that before. And he actually goes to scramble down very quickly. But he isn't able to get down in time. And he actually falls, part way down, snapping his let's see, the bone right above your foot for your leg, so the bottom of your leg, kind of like when Anderson Silva snapped his leg in MMA when he went to kick Chris Weidman. So he smokes his leg, and then he doesn't fall down on the ground. His leg gets kind of caught, so he's hanging upside down on the ladder near the bottom when the Whisperers roll up, asking for help, and of course, there's no one there to help him. They just smokes him, guts him, and because he's upside down, his guts... this is one of the most brutal deaths ever, for sure. His guts fall, because if you don't know, your stomach, your intestines and everything, some of the old tortures would be like, for example, the natives here in North America, one of their things they would do in war is they would cut open your stomach. And this is brutal. So this is brutal. And they would unravel your, in front of you. They would go around and they would unravel it. And they're very long. Like they're all, wrapped up and everything. And so they come down and they're all in his face. And he's just like, oh man, absolutely brutal. Brutal one. And then Beta finishes with, you should have whispered. And Beta's got some pretty boss type sayings in this one. He's got some pretty good ones. So you should have whispered. That's his first one. You see the blood come through, and they use the cut up. So instead of having like a page, like at one splash page where you have one event, in the Whisper War, they've really been using the cut ups really well. So they'll have, like, on some pages you'll have 4, which really show the motion, and I really like this kind of new style that they didn't really used to use that much, and they're really incorporating more now. Probably more work for Charlie, but I think it's worth it, because it really allows us to see kind of more motion. You see the Whisperers come through and devour him, and really nice. Again, they chop it up and you can see them. They're eating him as he's on the ladder, and then goes forward. And then when they pass him, there's not. It's brutal. It's brutal. There's nothing left, man. Gabriel's done. So yeah. So I didn't do a death predictions video for the. Well, I didn't really do one, but I did say that I thought Father Gabriel was probably not going to make it, because of course he was at the front and everything, and it's kind of always been his character, and he fought valiantly, I guess, and he was there, but he didn't do his job either, and so as a result of him not signaling, he's supposed to be a signaler. He's supposed to scout and signal the others, but he didn't. He got so scared. He didn't signal Dwight and the others, so they didn't know that there was incoming until the Whisperers were pretty much right on top of them or right in front of them. Then we go to the Saviors with Vincent. who sometimes I get confused with Father Gabriel. They don't look exactly the same, to be honest. Vincent does look quite a bit different. Of course, he was the one who was pretty big in the betrayed storyline with Rick and that with issue 150. And so you have him talking to the Saviors, and in this one we get the sense that, we were kind of right about the Saviors all along, and so was Rick, is that they're not easily controlled. Now that Dwight has left them, they don't really have, I'd say, a diplomatic, strong leader. You've got Sherry in there, you've got these other two, you've got this one guy with the one eye, this black guy with the one eye. I don't know him yet. I don't think, does he have a name? I'm not sure. Let's see. At least I'm not familiar with him right now. So then you've got Tara, which is can you make it more clear? So that's kind of cool. She kind of reminds me of the TV series version, but a Savior's version, kind of like an evil version. So that's kind of interesting in a little bit, maybe a little way. I'm not sure if that's any kind of tie into the TV series or anything, but she looks a little bit like her. She's got the knife and everything. And then you have Sherry. We can spare none. And then they even take Vincent's horse, so they don't let him leave without his stuff to go back and tell Rick quickly. The Saviors are such scumbags; they steal his horse, and. Oh man, so they're definitely not coming through for the others when they pretty much the only time that Rick and the others would really need the Saviors is right now, because they need manpower, they need bodies. Then you have Rick, and he was giving a speech in this kind of deal. Eugene shows up, and Rick and him have a short convo, and Rick basically says that asks him what he's working on, that okay, it's a secret, because Rick knows he's always working on something. We have an argument between, William and Zach about the decisions they're making, and William is in charge. And I like William. He's supporting Rick, he's supporting the others, he's giving up everybody he can. They've got scouts patrolling just in case things don't go well. And, he's really cool. I don't really like Zach too much, because he's not willing to, he doesn't really want to help out, and he feels like, but they killed Ezekiel, so it's, to not help out in the war, they are the ones that killed their leader and started it. So it makes perfect sense to me that they would definitely help out at the very least. And then we have a lot of the cut panels. So that's 16 on this page. I bought the digital copy from imagecomics.com. So we have Negan and Dwight, and they're arguing back and forth. So we have Negan and Dwight arguing about basically, Dwight not trusting Negan. Negan wants a gun and everything, and he wants to fight, and because that's what Negan does. And then they have a quick conversation about Sherry, and Negan is giving Dwight a little bit of... He's being a pest. Negan's a good pest when he has to be. When he's not the top dog, he's a very good pest, I'd want to say. And then we get an awesome splash page of the kind of, first appearance in the front line of the Whisperers, I want to say, as they're approaching. And you have, zombies at the front, and then you have Whisperers camouflaged in between, just like what we saw in Fear of the Walking Dead with Nicholas in episode 9, which is part of the reason why I like that episode so much. What was that, episode 8? 8 or 9? Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's all about Walking Dead right now. So, comics. So you see the Whisperers come up, and it looks awesome. You got them all. They're all like, half devoured and stuff, and then you have the ones hidden in between, and we've got questions about Gabriel, and of course we know he's dead. They don't know for sure, but they didn't get the signal. They open fire, Negan's standing there just kind of laughing as he usually does. Bracca, all going down. Negan's standing there, almost there. The Whisperers are getting up, and then they're getting a few of them. And then they're falling back, repositioning, firing, falling back, repositioning, firing. Negan's kicking a little bit of ass, is able to grab an assault rifle, and then you've got Magnus group, and they flank them from the side. They come in, and they kind of save Dwight or give him at least a little bit of breathing room, but there's just so many. We can't hang back anymore. If we don't end this soon, we will fail. So the Whisperers are moving in. They're kind of just going for broke now, and everything's going to shit. Absolute craziness. Some of the best sequences in a zombie war I've ever seen. You've got horses smoking zombies, kicking them in the head. You've got kingdom people coming in for the kingdom. And I like this one a lot. This one stood out to me. It's just a small panel, but or a small piece of the page. But for Ezekiel is the one chance that's pretty awesome. And he cuts one of the Whisperers' heads off. I love that. But it's but see, this is why I love The Walking Dead so much. It's very smart, very realistic. So many times I've seen war done in stories, and war done in shows and whatever, what have you, anime or manga or whatever, and you don't have casualties on both sides. It's like the side you follow, the protagonists, they always landslide the other side. And that's not really war. That's not representative of war. Even if you win in war, especially with big numbers, there's going to be casualties on both sides. You pretty much are never going to get, a time, even if your technology is way better, if you look at maybe the war in Iraq or something more recently, it doesn't matter. Even if you're way better than the other opposing team, you have better technology, you have better trained troops, you have everything. There's still going to be casualties on both sides, no matter what. Even if the whisperers, all they have is knives and stuff. They're using the herd. They're using their own thing. They've got the horse. The one guy jumps on the horse, is like faster this way, and then all the zombies jump the horse, because of course the zombies they use leverage over the zombies to guide them and gear them, but still they're still whispered, or they're still walkers. They're still zombies, and given a chance to eat a horse, they're going to eat the damn horse. They're not going to team up with the horse, so to speak. So I thought that was pretty funny and clever. Dear God, there's so many. Dwight's even getting worried now, and he's kind of the leader of our front line, so to speak. We've got a scene at the hilltop where quickly we have Maggie having a conversation, and the lady that she's been talking to recently, who may have been cast in The Walking Dead, did a video on that a little bit ago, pretty much saying that her and Dwight have something going on. Maggie's hesitant, of course, because of, having lost Glenn and everything. We've got a quick one with Carl and Lydia. We've got a quick discussion with Eugene and helping out with production. Then we've got a really quick one with Aaron, and then we have okay, so we were jumping around quite a bit here, so there's a lot of splash pages and a lot of stuff going on, so it's going to be difficult for me to recap it all. But we've got the guys on the boats and everything. We go back to the Saviors, and then back to Rick and the others, and then we have Michonne and Jesus as they come in. They ride down, and awesome. There's some really awesome splash pages in this one. The artwork in this one is standout for sure. You have kind of the army of whisperers as they're going together, and then you have all of our survivors at the top, but they're getting boxed in, and they're firing back, but there's just so many, and there's just bodies everywhere as they've been shooting and falling back, shooting and falling back, shooting and falling back. It's just amazing. And then you have Michonne and Jesus as they ride in and join from behind, start firing in the back, and then we have Beta, who comes up to the front because Beta's a boss and he doesn't like to just sit back and let everybody else do the fighting. He's right in there with the two knives. And he's smoking guys. So he's got the one. Now this was really crazy. You bleed out. So he stabs this one guy who we don't really know, as far as I can remember. Yeah, we don't know who he is. But there's lots of characters in the teams because there's so many. It's a war, right? So we're not going to know everybody's name. But he gets smoked, and then Beta whispers to him, "You bleed out. You join my army eventually." Shh. And then Beta says, "They eat only some of you." And oh my God, so really crazy, almost like supernatural in a way, like a necromancer. Like he kills them like a zombie apocalypse, real life necromancer type of thing. So really smart idea, I think, and was pretty amazing. Then you have Beta, and he goes after Dwight, and he's right in his face pretty much. And he gets he's almost able to get Dwight, and then Negan whacks him in the back of the head, whacks Beta in the back of the head, and Beta does drop his knives, both of them, it looks like. And so then Negan says, "Yeah, that's right, it's me. Now get the fuck off the ground so I can put you in it like in a coffin, because you'll be fucking dead after I fucking kill you, you fucking asshole." So, and that's it. That's the issue. So Negan's the best. He's awesome. So he doesn't have Lucille, but yet. But let's see. Doesn't Dwight have Lucille somewhere? I don't see it in the frames, but Lucille's got to be around there somewhere. So anyway, what do I have to say in the issue in terms of review? There's the recap of it. It's a fucking awesome issue. It's awesome. I mean, it's my favorite series ever, for sure. This one, for me, is a perfect 10 out of 10. This is a perfect issue. It's a perfect part of the war. And now I'm getting to see why the Whisper War, it may only be, or is only 6 parts, which Kirkman has said. It's only 6 parts. This is part 2. And already there's a lot of ground that's been covered. And I really like their idea to really cut it up a lot. So you have certain pages that have 16 frames in them in terms of the sections, or many, and it really adds to the motion, it really adds to the storytelling, it really adds to the pacing, and it gets us kind of through certain parts faster, so that we're getting to see more of the war more quickly, rather than having to wait for it to be. Because honestly, you could probably break this up, slow it down, and make 2 issues out of this issue, and just fill it out a little bit, and there you go. There's 2 issues. You could easily do that. If you just space it differently, especially if you look at all the things that happen in this issue: Gabriel's death, the front lines clashing and meeting, the Whisperers getting flanked from twice both sides, the stuff that's going on with the Savers. I mean, this is a packed issue, and maybe one of the best issues we've had. We've had some amazing issues of Walking Dead, but certainly for fans of war, fans of zombie apocalypse type stuff, I have never seen anything like this in a zombie apocalypse before, this kind of war. So maybe a new high for the series. Previously I'd say All Out War Part 2 is right now is probably the best part of The Walking Dead entirely. But maybe this part right now, the Whisperer War, it looks like to me, is even going to surpass that, at least from what we're seeing so far. We'll see once we get to issue 6, and we get to see the whole war and what it is. But it may turn out to be the best story R. Kirkman has ever done. I definitely would not be surprised if that was the case. Absolutely amazing. So maybe I'll do a predictions video tomorrow or the next day, guys, for what I think is going to happen in 159. And, continue along with kind of death predictions and what I think we're going to see going forward from the Walking Dead in this arc. But this is amazing, man. This is such an amazing arc. Go out and buy it if you haven't read it. This is one that you definitely will not regret picking this one up if you haven't. And fans of Negan, he better not kill Negan, man. He better not kill Negan. I love seeing Negan. If you guys like this video, please, guys, come on. I don't ask for much. All I ask for a like. This time, I'm just going to ask for a like. You don't have to favorite. You don't have to share. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. If you want to, you can. But I'm just going to ask for a like. So please like it, guys. That's it for this video today, this review today. I love the issue. Made my day. Amazing issue. That's it. Write your comments below on what you guys thought about the issue and maybe your favorite part of the issue. That's it for this video, guys. We'll see you again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.